Okay, so this was another instance of I recorded the entire video and I did the whole thing and I was like done with it, and then I realized that I didn't change the audio source, so there was no sound. So now it's like 6:56 at night, and I'm glad this is an HD camera because there's not a lot of light. One of the light bulbs in the studio closet has gone out, so it's very dim in there. And I'm in my PJs, and I'm still really, really sunburnt, and it hurts, so I've got my hair up, and we haven't had dinner yet, and I've been out all day. I woke up this morning, and I rode to Gold Bar, which is my favorite coffee place, and it's 2.5 miles from my apartment. And so I got out there and I biked to it, and psychologically it felt like a really long distance compared to the trail that I ride on, because I ride 2.5 miles down the trail and then I come back, and so I was like, I can do this. And so it took a little longer because there's like stoplights and stuff, but I got to Gold Bar, and on Saturday mornings around 10 o'clock I go to Gold Bar and I art journal. And my friend Rebecca, who I met on Twitter, met me there, and we took over 2 tables and we just had fun. And I did post a little video of it on my Tumblr, but here it is if you don't know my Tumblr, you just watch stuff over here.
So this is my friend. Say hi. Hi. Introduce yourself. And we are sitting at Gold Bar. It's getting crowded, you can see. And this is our second Saturday in a row, I think, of just, here we are camped out, taking over 2 tables, working in our journals. She's playing with Inktense pencils and watercolors right now. And I am playing with a copy of my painting on my page. And I did this one too. I'll put that there. And I sewed that. And then I stitched this on, which was really hard. And then we realized that we didn't have any scissors when it came time to cut the thread. So this is part of our day. So journaling in public can be fun, right?
Alright, so that was that, and so I came back, and we went to get contacts, and I haven't worn contacts in forever, and I'm wearing them now, and they feel kind of weird, and everything's a little distorted and blurry because my eyes apparently have to get used to them. So we go in there, and they have to use the puff machine that puts the air into your eyes, and I'm pretty sure I'm the only one on the planet who gets like freaked out by this machine, but like when I was a kid I would like scream and jump under the table and like hide and everything like that. I really hated it, and even to this day I'm just like, I just see it and they're like, okay, blink, 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 okay, don't blink, and like right the fuck in your eye, right? I just can't do it. I like focus on that dot and my eye knows that something is happening and it just starts to blink. And even, I mean, if you notice, I don't really open my eyes all the way. Like this is as much as I open them. So it's like really hard for me to be like, whoa. And so they got like one in one eye and like the other eye they didn't get anything. So I had to do the test and everything. And then I go into the doctor and it's like, he's seen a gazillion people today. He doesn't really care anymore or whatever. I don't know. Everyone was really nice. But I couldn't go to like the nicest place because I don't have a health insurance or any money. So I go in there and he's doing all this stuff. And apparently because of my astigmatism, with the contacts it's not as clear as it would be with glasses. So I'm wearing these for a week and I'm freaking out. Oh, it's not clear. It's okay. Give it a couple days. Oh, my eyes feel it. It's okay. They're not used to having that in front. And so I have to take him out, when I go to sleep. So, but he does the whole thing, and then he says, like, the pressure in my one eye is high, so he wants to test it again because, high pressure could be glaucoma or whatever. And I'm thinking, well, I never can get the ear machine to work right. You can stick the needle in my eye. I've done that, and I was fine. But so I'm from Illinois, and there they have to see you actually put the contacts in your eyes before they'll let you leave with them. And here they're just like, yeah, whatever, you've worn contacts before, just take them. And I'm like, okay, because I'm the girl who sits there for 2 hours trying to get it in and gets frustrated and cries and pounds her fist on the table and all that stuff. So I came home and I was in the bathroom and I'm like sitting there and I'm looking at the mirror and I'm like psyching myself up. I'm like, I can do this. You can do this. You are going to do this. So I'm doing it a couple times, and I'm just like, oh man. And so my mom comes in because she's worn them forever, and she's like, okay, you know, lift it this way and pull it down this way and get in there. Well, I use my middle finger, and then you have to look down really fast. And she's like, you gotta do this. So I'm doing that, and so I got them in, so I'm wearing them, and it's weird, and it's fine because, you know, my glasses were just like so scratched because they're like 3 or 4 years old that I just could not see anymore with them, and I haven't been wearing them at all, and transitions don't work in the car, so I have my sunglasses and I can't wear them with my glasses, and so I'm just like, whatever. So that's the fun thing I did today. I rode my bike, I went art journaling, I came home, I got contacts, and now I'm sitting here in front of you, thankful that my camera's HD because that means that it's low light and you can still see me, which is fantastic. I discovered that last night doing my 2.5 hour Skype conversation with my friend about Fringe. So anyway, some people wanted to see more of my older journals, and there's a lot of pictures up on Flickr, but I don't think anybody goes back very far. I have like 15,000 photos over there. There's no way you're going to go back. But anyway, this is a moleskin, and I did get it after the other one. This is a grid one, but I kind of used it simultaneously. So there's some really cool pages in here. I did this during my editing 1 class with oil pastels. My college was 4 blocks away from the Art Institute of Chicago, so there was a lot of really awesome art stores around. There's like a big Blick in downtown Chicago, and that actually wasn't there when I went to college, just to tell you how long it's been. I like this one, and it's got my movie stub from Sing Serenity, because I love Firefly. I didn't like Firefly when I started, but I loved it. I love it now. And I was studying geometric shapes. This was the first time I used watercolor crayons, or not crayons, but pencils, and they were kind of cheap, so they didn't work. There's this girl, her website's called Ninth Wave Designs. Actually, I think I bought this one from her, and she did the collage packs with the glue things, and that's what I kind of modeled mine after. She doesn't really update all that often anymore, but when she did, it was really big. So here's another page with lyrics from one of my favorite songs. It says, "A tree that wanted to be a beautiful book, it would die if that's what it took." It's by Butterfly Boucher. That's her real name. I really love this spread because it's a collage and it's a drawing, and this is my niece when she was gotta be 8 or 9. She's actually on Skype right now talking to my brother. She's 14 now. I really like this page because I'm going to read you what it says over here, but here it is. And it says, "Isn't it great just sitting still in the train station and watching how the world runs by? My scales off." Let me turn it again. "My scales all off above. There should be a conductor standing between the sign and the door. Pretty good for someone who's just starting and has always believed they had no artistic talent." This is from October 25th of 2005. "People rush by, some running, all intent on getting to their trains. They all have briefcases or bags or rolling suitcases. Most are older than me. They rush and dash and get annoyed when they need to take a moment to wait. 2 new people have sat on either side of me. Call me a statue of observation, the log stuck in the mud as leaves float upstream." Song lyrics, storyboards that I never used. These are lyrics that I just kind of doodled. You know, this was a period when there weren't a lot of books on visual journaling available. There were maybe 3 or 4. So a lot of this was just charting your own territory, and I was really into there's the site Moleskine, and I was one of the first contributors to that site back in 2006 because there wasn't a lot of people. These are Celtic designs. They are really, really fun to draw, and that's part of why I have a gridded notebook. And this is a picture. This is Kurt Halsey. He's one of my favorite artists, and me attempting. And it's interesting. I did this, and then about 3 years later, they had this trip pitch up at Urban Outfitters. Let me get to it. And I only have 2 pieces of art in my room that are by other people because I'm really picky with what I buy. And if it's artwork that I find online, I put it up on my pegboard. But I have the Kurt Halsey chip titch, and then actually over there on the wall is one of the Papaya Sabrina Ward Harrison prints that I got from, what's her name? Jenny Sweeney. I don't know if you've heard of her, but she's a designer. She actually has postcards now in Target, but her studio was in Libertyville. It still is, and I you know, I know her and I've been going to her store and her studio for years. There's more drawing practice. And this is purposely in that Asian style that they do, the way they draw mouths and eyes and everything. And this is just stuff I've cut out. I sat on my stairs and I just kind of put some inspiration in my journal. And Botanic Gardens. So I kind of was doing a lot of writing and some drawing and a little bit of collage. And then, let's see where that came from. I think, I'm trying to figure out, so here's more. I think there's actually a picture of me drawing this. And I actually recovered it, that's why it's half the page. This was cool. I liked it. I did this background and then I wrote at like 12:30 at night. I kind of was groggy and couldn't sleep because my knees hurt, and I just kind of grabbed whatever was next to my bed, and it happened to be this journal. This is back when I actually did spreads. And then I found out I don't really like spreads. So, and then here's more drawings. And there we go. There's some more, and some photos. I had someone take pictures of me dancing in my favorite skirt. This is actually the page I did for my most popular YouTube video, and it's actually one of the first that comes up when you type in art journaling, and I had no idea that, you know, this was going to spring this YouTube revolution on my side. Then here's just random crap, like cards and stuff that I collected, and like the menu from Steak and Shake. I was just totally into just grabbing whatever I could and putting it in my journal, so it was really fun. I like this spread too. So then I started using a lot of paint, but still collaging stuff in. And let's see what's in here. This one doesn't have that much in it, actually. But it does have me. That's me when I was 3. I was always a happy baby. So this one was made out of like really thin paper, so it didn't really work well. And this is one of those where I used maybe 4 pages in it and then I never did anything else, but I really like it still. Let's see. This one, why did I pull this one out? What was the date? I was horrible with dating things. I never did. But I think I've run a little long, so I guess tomorrow I will show you more journals. But just, I mean, that's where I started. That was like 2005, 2006, and this is what I did today. And I definitely see more meaning and subtext in the pages that I did today, and this was last night. More meaning and subtext in the stuff that I do now, but just to show you where you can end up and where you can start. So that's all for tonight, and this one has sound. Yay! So I'm just going to go edit it real fast. Not because I edit any content out, but because the sound actually, you know, like let's say this is me speaking in the sound and it goes together and then it kind of goes, and so then it doesn't sync up anymore and I have to fix that so it's easier for you guys to watch. Because that's how much I care. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to stay in my PJs, go lounge and write and watch the King's Speech. So good night, guys.